Hey everyone, and welcome to Cooking Companion TV. I'm Jenna Edwards, and this is a recipe demo of Bacalao, a traditional Norwegian fish stew that tastes an awful lot like something from Portugal. The dish has an interesting story of the two countries trading salt cod for port, resulting in this very easy and very tasty stew. The only prep is slicing all your ingredients, and that list is quite short. Potatoes, onions, and both of these will be 1/4 inch thick, red chilies, also sliced, and a couple of garlic cloves. A traditional recipe also has black olives, but I don't like them, so I didn't include them. And your cod. If you find any skin or bones, remove them and definitely look for them. It also needs to be separated into small chunks, anywhere from 2 centimeters to 2 inches. You decide. It does fall apart a little during cooking, but not completely. You'll still have some hearty chunks in there. To be uber traditional, you'd buy salt cod and soak it for 24 to 36 hours, changing out the water at least twice throughout that process. However, that takes a lot of planning. So fresh cod, which is what I'm using here, can also be used. Now, for making this recipe as is, you'll need a gigantic pot, at least 7 quarts, if not more. And we'll simply layer all the ingredients, starting with the potatoes. You can add a few tablespoons of olive oil first to keep them from sticking or burning. And also, go ahead and double this bottom layer because, trust me, you'll have plenty of potatoes. And it absolutely does not need to be so perfectly even, nor should you waste your time trying to be precise here. And then top with the sliced onions. Then some of the fish, and really, if your layers are uneven, if you have more ingredients on one layer and less on another, it doesn't matter, that's not the point. And then top with a can of diced tomatoes poured over the fish. You could also pour in some of the olive oil and layer that in too, or maybe one of the bay leaves, or not. And then we go right back into it with another round of layering. Potatoes, onions, fish, tomatoes. Now after the second layer is when I decided to add my chilies, bay leaves, garlic, and peppercorns. And add one more layer of, say it with me, potatoes, onions, fish, and tomatoes. It kind of rhymes. And then top it off with the olive oil. If you're using fresh cod, you may need to add a few pinches of salt. And now cover it and let it stew on medium heat for 2 to 3 hours. You could probably do it on lower heat for even longer. We don't need to add water or stock because the potatoes and onions will release their own water and starch, which will cook the fish and carry the aromatics throughout the dish. So this is how much water is released after just an hour. And here we are after 2 hours. Traditionalists of this stew are strong believers in not stirring the stew as it cooks. Just leave it in the layers. To serve, ladle it into bowls and be sure to get that flavorful water. I wanted to show you this at the end so you can see just how much liquid will make its way out of the potatoes and onions. Now, I'm a big fan of most of the things I cook, but this one is just so different and utterly healthy and simple and nourishing. It makes a ton, and leftovers can be frozen. And it's so comforting on a cold, wet night. I mean, I totally see why the Norwegians absolutely love it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. The recipe is at cookingcompaniontv.com. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to this channel for more demos just like this. I'm Jenna Edwards, and thanks for watching.